Right, come on and welcome back to the Joe Hall YouTube channel where today we have a very special video. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on the road to 2K subscribers, we're so close. But yeah, now that we've got that out of the way, like I said, we've got a very special video for you today. What we're going to be doing today is rating every single current Birmingham City player. The way we're going to do this is we're going to go on transfermarket.com, bring up the entire squad, and we're going to rate every single player based off how they've started the season. Obviously, Blues are going through a rough patch at the minute, hence why I wanted to do this now. It's just, it's a simple way. We're about, a quarter of the way through the season. Just a way to see where we are now and where we can go, where we will be in a few months, etc. So we have got the good old phone here. We're on transfermarket.com. So, starting off, the first player on the team sheet, Neil Etheridge. Now, Neil Etheridge, he's been injured, or he's had COVID, so he hasn't been active, he hasn't played. I don't think he's started a single match. So I can't give him a rating out of 10. He has to instantly get a 0 because he hasn't played. But, I'm hoping he'll come back better and stronger. Good on Neil. Connell Truman. Has Truman started? I don't think he has. I think he started in the League Cup game that I went to against Colchester where he kept a clean sheet. I'm not sure if he started in any of the games, to be fair. He again, like I said, in the match I've seen him play, the only one I know he started, kept a clean sheet. 8 out of 10. Hasn't played much, so you can't give him the 10, but he's kept a clean sheet. Matthias Sarkic, always an interesting one. Loanee from Wolves. Being Birmingham's first choice goalkeeper, essentially, because of Etheridge being out. Now, what do I rate him out of 10? He's conceded a lot of goals. I don't think they've always been his fault, and he has pulled off the occasional worldie of a save. He gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. Harley Dean, a very controversial one. He hasn't been really very good so far. I love Harley, but you have to be honest. Now, what do I rate him so far this season? It's going to have to be, as much as it pains me to say it, a 4 out of 10, below average. Because, look, again, skipper, captain, great man. But his performances haven't been good or consistent. I can't even say he's been average. He has been below average so far this season, so it has to be a 4 out of 10. Up next, we have Mark Roberts. I'm praying we renew his contract. His contract does expire next season. But Roberts is a hard one, simply just because he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been too good either. Definitely better than Harley. I'd give him a 6. 6 out of 10 I think is fair. Up next, we have Dion Sanderson. Now, what do I rate Dion Sanderson? Again, he's been decent. He's been very decent. He hasn't played all the matches, but I think a 6.5 out of 10 is fair, I think he might have been better than Mark Roberts, just by a bit, just by that little tiny bit. I think he's just been better, but again, it can't be hard because we haven't seen that much of him. Up next, we have Christian Pedersen. What a player. Pedersen's a hard one. Because he hasn't been bad, he hasn't been good again. We're seeing a lot of consistency with the defence here. He hasn't been good, but he hasn't been bad. I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. I think that's very fair for how he's been performing. Juan Familia Castillo. Now, Juan Castillo, again, we haven't seen much of him. Again, I got to see him start against, it was Colchester, I got to see him start. He didn't look great, didn't look bad. I'll give him 5 out of 10, average. Up next, we have George Friend. To be fair, right, George Friend, he hasn't been playing a lot, but when he's played, he's looked decent. He hasn't looked great, he's looked decent, 5 out of 10. Here he is, the man who's probably going to get the highest rating, to be honest already, Maxine Colin. By far star player so far for Blues. What do I give Colin? Do I? I'm tempted to give him a 9, I think he's been great. I genuinely think he has been great. There are, of course, improvements he could make, but I think he's been solid. 9. Yeah, I'm giving him a 9. Oh, here we go. Ivan Sunic. Sunic has been solid, to be fair. He hasn't been too bad. He's been fairly solid. He's been... I can't give him more than a 7. So I'm going to go with 6.5 for Sunic. But I do really like Sunic. Up next, you have Ryan Woods. Ryan Woods, what a man. I think he's been better than Sunic, you know. I'm going to give Ryan Woods a 7. I think he's been solid as well. Gary Gardner. Gary Gardner's been decent. Again, 6.5. I'll give him a 6.5. Adam Clayton. Forgot he existed, to be honest. No offence to Adam Clayton. He hasn't played a match. Was the last match he played the match he got red carded? I feel like that was the last match he played. Up next, you have Royley Mcgree. He hasn't really played. Again, he played the other day, looked decent. 5 out of 10. Jeremy Bella. Now, Jeremy Bella's been played out of position a lot. So it's a hard one. He's looked decent, even out of position. I'll give him a 6.5. But the thing with Jeremy Bella is, and I back this, play Jeremy Bella where he wants to be played as a left wing, he'll be solid. He will be solid. Jeremy Bella, he'll be up in the 8s, 9s. But he's not a wing back. That's the issue. He's not a wing back. You're expected, you know, it's like, you know, expecting a car to drive on train tracks. It ain't gonna work. Jordan Graham. Played the other day, started first league appearance, I believe, or first league start. He wasn't bad, wasn't great. I saw him against Colchester, didn't impress me, to be honest. Seems alright, you know, 4 out of 10, I'd say 4. Tai Chong. Oh, this is a hard one. The thing with Chong is, while Chong has all been very good, he's also been very average in certain games. Definitely very solid. He's been one of the better players for sure. And I would give him an 8 out of 10. Chong gets an 8. Chong definitely gets an 8 out of 10. He's been solid. Ivan Sanchez. Again, Sanchez. He's one of my favourite players, but we haven't seen a lot of him so far this season. He has been injured, to be fair. But, again, we haven't seen too much. I'll give him a 6.5, but I want to see Ivan Sanchez back. Like I said, he's one of my favourite players. Now we're on to the last 4, and they're all strikers. Starting with Chuck Sunic. Chuck Sunic, how do you rate him? I think I'm going to have to give Chuck Sunic a 5.5 out of 10. Simply because he hasn't been bad by any stretch of the imagination, but he hasn't been good either. He's been just about above average, which is why he's at 5.5. Up next, Scott Hogan, who, in my opinion, as critical as I've been of Scott Hogan in the past, he's been the best out of the strikers. 8. Easy. 8. Solid. Troy Deeney. Hi. Where do I go with this one? I love Troy. He hasn't done almost anything since joining. I love him, but I can't give him more than a 5 because he scored a penalty, which, fair enough, but, you know, I can't give him anything more than a 5. I'm sorry. Deeney gets a 5. Lucas Yukovich, one of my favourite players. It's a hard one because he hasn't been performing the way we have seen the past few seasons. He is, of course, getting older, which obviously makes things harder, but I have to give Lucas Yukovich a 6.5 out of 10. I think anything above that is unjustified because as much as he's scored important goals, he's been a very decent player. I look at players that I've given similar ratings. I think did I give Sunic a 6.5? Did I give him a 6? Somewhere around that. I can't say Yukovich has been any better than Sunic, to be honest, in terms of performances, if you know what I mean. But lads, that is going to do it for today's video. Just a quick, simple sit down. Let's rank all the Blues players so far this season. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and let me know what ratings you'd give these players also in the comments. Leave a like, and again, like I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe. But that's me done. I'll see you on Monday for the second episode of This Week in Football. Goodbye.